In this 300 seconds, I wanted to share how I discovered the world of audiobooks and what kind of role it has played in my life and how it's allowing me to grow. So the story begins in 7th grade in a language arts class taught by Miss Sandy. She was the type of teacher that made us read at least one book a month, and I remember I really wanted to read the Harry Potter series. But when I went to the library and found the Harry Potter section, I was terrified by the massive size of such books. And I remember thinking that I did not have the time or the patience developed to sit through and read such massive books. But thankfully, I had also discovered the audiobook versions of the Harry Potter series, and that was the first time I ever saw them. They were not even in CDs, they were in cassettes. But I was trying to wrap my head around the concept of being read or being told the entire story of a book verbatim, and I could be doing other things or just concentrating on the story versus concentrating on trying to keep my focus on reading the text. And that just opened up so much of my mind to finally have the confidence to think that I could get through such intimidating books. And I remember that I became one of the top readers in Miss Sandy's class, and she would always praise me for all the books that I got through. I got through like 3 of the Harry Potter books within a month. And then in 9th grade, one of our biology teachers required us to read one book that semester, and I just chose the next book in the Harry Potter series. At that time, I had discovered the CD versions of the book, and what that allowed me to do was to burn the CD onto my laptop and then transfer it onto my MP3 player because I didn't have a phone at that time. And then what I could do is just listen to the book as I rode my bicycle to and from school. And so that opened up the portability of audiobooks versus being tethered to a big clunky cassette player. Then in college, I discovered Audibles, which allowed me to bypass having to order the book from or the CDs from the library and burn them and then transfer them onto a device, when I could just download the app, pay for the book, and have the audio version right there to listen to. Now that was a great advantage, but it wasn't free. Like the books from the libraries were free, the CDs from the libraries were free, so I had to pay for the convenience. That slowed me down because I had to pay. I had like such a massive list of books that I wanted to read. Like it's over 200 books that I have on my wish list in Audible. So if I paid for all of them, it would be $2,000 to $4,000 for all that content. And so that was slowing me down, and I was re-listening to a book like 4 or 5 times, trying to slow down, having to go to the next book, until I discovered the breakthrough of being able to search for most of the books in my playlist, my wish list in YouTube, and being able to find the full audio version there. And then I could download the MP3 version of that video and transfer it onto my phone, and instead of listening to music, I could now replace all of that with listening to audiobooks. And now when I'm at work or driving, like overnight when I'm working, it's like really dead, and for like 6 hours no, more than that, for like 8 hours, I get to like listen to the entire book. It's allowing me to reshape my mind, to combat a lot of the negative and dark thoughts that I have, a lot of memories that I'm trying to overcome, heartbreaks that I'm trying to get over, and just really dark thoughts that sometimes creep in. And then I just tell my mind to shut up and just plug my headphones in, and I get to listen to all these autobiographies and other people who've struggled and yet made it, other entrepreneurs that started from nothing and yet are tycoons in their fields, and I want to be like them. And so in a way, I get to live 1,000 lifetimes in one through books that I would not have the time to sit through and read with my schedule and whatnot, and it offers such conveniences. And I remember one time, me and my business partner Vince, we went to meet a very successful entrepreneur in Miami. He was making $300,000 a month, and one thing he told us is constantly keep developing your mind. And he was like, quote, successful, and yet he was reading books like 30 minutes every single day. The book he was on at that time was Psycho-Cybernetics, which I've listened to multiple times. And so audiobooks has really been allowing me to, it's in my portal out of my current situations and into the apotheosis of who I want to be.